What's good, everybody? It's your brother Nubreed coming through with another live stream. I'm gonna allow YouTube to send a notification out. I haven't been live in a couple days. Definitely want to tap in with y'all. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear and see me clearly. What's going on? I see y'all. Yeah, I just needed a few days, take a little break from the action. All right, what's popping? What's happening? All right, I see the likes are going up. I see the ones in the chat. Man, I got a very powerful message for y'all. Not only do they hate you, but they despise you. When you just refuse to conform, you know? I see y'all. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, there's people out there. Well, I'll go ahead and say it. There's most people out there, most people who spend their entire lives trying to be accepted. Those chosen by the Most High, look, we ain't signed up for none of that. We embrace being rare. We embrace being peculiar. We embrace our authenticity. And a lot of people have a fear for that. They really do. They can't be themselves. And it becomes quite intimidating to those who put on a facade, those who put on a front, those who are faking. It becomes daunting for them to be around you, brothers and sisters. And look, let me put this out here. The reason why I got a slight grin on my face, it's like a slight grin right there. The reason why I have a slight grin on my face is because I know personally, it used to bother me at some point when people would misunderstand me, right? It would bother me when people would take me out of context. Now I learned to embrace it. And I hope watching this live stream that y'all learn how to do the same exact thing. See, brothers and sisters, look, let me put this out here. There's people who are meant to misunderstand you. There's people who are meant to hate you. There's people who are meant to take you out of context. There's people who are meant to feel a certain way about you. There's people who are meant to believe gossip, meant to believe rumors, meant to believe lies. They're meant to be those people. So what I need y'all to understand is at some point in this walk, you grow a sense of understanding of that. And you realize everybody is not meant to embrace you. Everybody is not meant to love you. Everybody is not meant to, be on your side. I would go as far as to say, you're only going to find a few people who really, really have your best interests at heart. I mean, they want to see you overcome if you're going through things. They want to see you excel. They want to see you progress. They want to see you happy. They want to see you healthy. They want to see you strong, but it's only a few. It's only a few. So here's the thing. Why would God's people care about those who don't got no love for them when you should be trying to embrace those who do, right? Because, ladies and gentlemen, most people out there don't care for you. Accept that. That's the reality that you live in. Most people are going to feel how they want to feel. And see, brothers and sisters, y'all not trying to fit in, so y'all don't care, right? Y'all don't want to be a part of the hive. Y'all rather stand out. And I'm going to tell y'all, some things happen when you start standing out. When you being your peculiar, rare, blessed self, right? Some things start happening. You will have individuals who will become fascinated with you. And I'm talking about I'm talking about people who truly embrace you and people who truly hate you. Nonetheless, they will become fascinated with you. Why? Because they can't comprehend you. Look, ladies and gentlemen, hear me out. They fear what they don't understand. And in this journey, more often than not, a lot of people backtrack caring about what people think. Ladies and gentlemen, remain an anomaly. Embrace it. Embrace the fact that people don't know how to take you. People don't understand you. Embrace that. Because at the end of the day, what did the Father say? What was written in the book of Jeremiah? I chose my people to be a royal priesthood, a peculiar people. He knew you before you was formed in your mother's womb. And also, the scriptures say that those who are of the dark can't comprehend the light. Those who are in the dark, they can't comprehend those who are in the light. They don't understand you. They could never understand you because they're not meant to. You have people out there, brothers and sisters, by show of ones. Let me know if you've ever been in a situation where no matter what you did or said, somebody misunderstood what you said or misinterpreted what you said or took out of context of what you said. And for the life of you, you couldn't understand why they can't see. By show of ones, how many of y'all experienced that? All right, I see the ones in the chat. Okay. See, y'all didn't walk that walk. Bro, I'm telling you, those people, a lot of the times have a seared conscience. Delusional, under a strong delusion. They're not meant to understand you. So look, what I want y'all to do moving forward, in order to continue to be in the vein of progression, pray for those people. Pray for them. I don't know, it sounds taboo, but sometimes you gotta be like, you know what? They just don't get it. Just pray for them. Just like, you know what? All right. Because that's what Christ would have did. Forgive them, Father. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know. And it's because they haven't found themselves. They haven't came to grips with who they are. You will be surprised how many people out here who are just dealing with what we would call a crisis of the mind. Identity crisis. That's the word. They're dealing with identity crisis. When you have been renewed in Christ, when you have been reborn, when you are starting to live a life that seeks repentance, when you're on that narrow path, you become so unfamiliar to people. You become so unfamiliar to people. It's like you're a whole new person. And a lot of the times they're just threatened by that. See, ladies and gentlemen, when you was drinking, smoking, partying, clubbing, slanging, thugging, wilding, and bugging, everybody was cool. But when you went on your self-improvement journey, everybody switched up. They switched up. Nobody was really in your corner, except for those select few who was meant to be, right? But once you start really changing for the better, a lot of them shy fools, they stop coming around. A lot of those people who you were trauma bonding with, they stop coming around. Why? Peep what I'm about to say. Your failures measured their successes. Brainstorm on that for a second. Brainstorm on that for a second. Your failures was the measuring tool they used to weigh their successes. And when they seen y'all down and out, hurt, down bad, struggling, suffering, going through it, oh, that made them feel validated. That made them feel some type of way. That made it feel like they was successful. That fed into their ego. That fed into their superiority complexes. Man, I'm telling you. And you'll know those individuals. How will you know them? When you start elevating. When you start becoming unobtainable to these individuals. When you're so far away from these people that you're unobtainable, you're unreachable. Because believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, even the people who have a covetous spirit, constantly comparing themselves to you, when you start changing, oh, they become very idle towards you. Yeah, they idolize you. Why? Because you're out of their reach. You're out of their grasp of control. And that's what I'm telling y'all. That's just how y'all got to move. Yeah, they out here spiritually bankrupt. I like that. I like that. Let me see. Somebody says a lot of the lukewarms are battling bipolar disorder and narcissistic personality disorder. Absolutely. And see, let me tell y'all something. In these videos, when I'm speaking about deliverance, when I'm speaking about, transforming, going through this spiritual metamorphosis, I speak from experience. That's what makes it so powerful. I speak from experience. And when I'm telling y'all, what I'm about to tell y'all, really don't just take it as face value. Apply these tenets to your life. Apply these tenets to your life. And if I got any moderators present, hey, put some of these people on timeout who just in here feeling some type of way. I'm glad they watching. So don't block them. Just put them on timeout. Just put them on timeout. Now, as I was saying, there's certain tenets that you got to apply to your life, right? Number one, set healthy boundaries for yourself. 9 times out of 10, that's going to reveal everybody that's around you. Once you start putting those boundaries and you're not letting people take from you, they're not robbing you of your energy, and you able to see things from the outside looking in and move accordingly. Watch who reveals themselves. Watch the people who come out lashing out. Watch the people who come out showing their horns. Just pay attention. All you got to do is pull back from certain individuals, and you're going to find out there's a reason why sugar and salt look the same. Looks the same. Now, look. They're upset because you don't want to fit in. They're upset that you don't want to continue in their downward spiral. You don't want to participate. Ladies and gentlemen, you're changing your life. You're moving forward. You're marching in the right direction. Don't let nobody disparage you from that, man. My allergies get me. So if y'all wonder why I keep scratching my nose, this pollen is out here. Let me see. Somebody said they better be careful out here who they think are blind can see. Absolutely. Wow. And that's what it is. And a lot of them are fearful because you brothers and sisters may be those people who is highly observant. You're highly observant. You don't want to fit in with them. You see them. You can see the facade they putting on. You can see how they operate in deception. You're watching from a distance. And they're afraid because they don't want to be spotted out. A lot of these narcissistic people don't want to be spotted out. They don't want to be seen. They're used to being able to pull the wool over everybody's eyes. But once you can see those people, they become very fearful. And they feel like they got to take you out before you expose them. That's how they are. That's how they are. And let me tell you something, man. When I turn on this camera, and I give all praises to the Most High for this, listen, he give me the utterance needed for the masses of people, a message that's going to help the people. I'm not worried about any of these creators and stuff like that. Let them do them. I'm just glad that they're making content revolved around me. That's a good thing. I like that. Because people are going to be like, well, let me go see what this guy's talking about. That's how social media works. And even if half the people who come over here don't like me because of whatever preconceived notion they may have about me, whatever they heard about me, that's cool, because they're watching. And 9 times out of 10, the people watching you, what have we learned, ladies and gentlemen? Not everybody watching you like you. Not everybody who's viewing you in your community likes you. Not everybody at your workplace likes you. Not everybody in your atmosphere likes you. But we're far beyond that. We don't want to be liked. We want to be necessary. See, ladies and gentlemen, when you don't want to fit in, you are the necessary component in the situation. Whether it be at your workplace, whether it be in your community, you're more than necessary, because you hold a mirror out. You're holding a mirror out to everybody else. And that's what you want to be. That's what you want to be. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, let me put it out here like this to y'all. Because if you in this truth and you want to be fishermen of men, meaning you looking for your people, you're looking, men or women, you get it, you're fishermen. You want to make sure the word goes out. You got to be able to take some level of, what would be the word? You got to take scrutiny. You got to take criticism. You got to take whatever comes with that. That just is what it is. Now, you can't go into this world thinking you can represent the Messiah, represent the truth, represent who you are, and there's nothing that comes of that. That's right, Romans 12:2, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is good and acceptable and the perfect will of the Most High. And that's what it's about. It's about being renewed in the mind. And even when we discuss the things we discuss, we're not saying that you brothers and sisters are so perfect that everybody in the world is beneath you and you're chosen. No, for a lot of us and a lot of you all, it took some work to get where you got. It took some growing pains. It took some failures. Some of us got beat so bad by the Most High, that we surprised that he allowed us to continue, because we needed to be corrected. So keep in mind of all of that. And y'all don't need to fit in with these individuals. Y'all don't need to fit in with people. People are going to think what they want to think. Y'all have to allow them people to think what they want to think. And eventually the truth will come out. The truth will come out. I want to reflect on something back in the day, right? See, where I grew up at, we were born pretty much in the turf wars. DC wasn't like LA or New York. It wasn't really gang banging or nothing going on like that. It was neighborhood versus neighborhood. But I could distinctly remember that, I was at odds with a particular cat from another neighborhood. And, you're taught to beef with people just based on some street sign, right? And I remember running into this individual, chopping it up with this person, finding out that, we got more in common than that's adverse. And a light bulb went off. Nubreed, where you going with this? Where are you going with this? So a light bulb went off. That eventually, even though you may be programmed to feel a certain way about a person, until you get to know that person, you don't know what you're dealing with. And that's just how it works. That's how it works. So, ladies and gentlemen, although people may have preconceived notions about you, how many people How many people you look at and be like, man, that person mean, bro. That person just, that's the worst person in the world till you chop it up with them. That person is awful. I heard so much bad about this person. I heard this person was this. That's the worst person in the world. Until you actually sit down, chop it up, be like, yo, man, bro, cool. You know what I'm saying? And then you find out. So even as believers, we got to be careful how we move based on hearing things out there on people. Let me see. I see some scriptures being shared. Man, praises to the Most High. This is one of the most enlightened chats on social media. Let's see. I see John 15:19. If ye were of the world will love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. Look, you're going to have hate because you were chosen out of the world. And while you were in the world, while you were fitting in, while you were out at that club, at that bar, in that neighborhood, at that person's house, here, there, you was good with the world. The world loved you. You didn't have no problems. You didn't have no adversity. You didn't have nothing coming against you. Everybody loved you when you was in sin. But soon as you start to live set apart, they will hate you. I mean, hate you to the point where it becomes deadly. And I'm not talking about just hate. I'm talking about they despise you. Like we must assassinate this individual before they reach their full potential. We must not give this person a chance to change their life. We must hold this individual to the standard that we set for that person. Because if they break free, then what does that mean to our existence? What does that mean to us? This is how they think, man. They scavengers. They ravening wolves. Yep, let me see. Somebody say, I'm glad I don't fit in. Glory. Absolutely. Somebody said it's always that one person or few who don't know you like that and be trying to preach lies and people like that. Yeah, that's true. And there be people who don't know you. And this could happen anywhere, man. And I know a lot of you all have experienced this. People who have no idea what you about. But here's the great thing. Hear me out. When you in this walk, and I'm grinning because I like the progression of our people, right? When this happens to you a lot, right? How many of y'all have had people who just don't like you for no reason? Like you ain't done nothing to these people, never had a word with them, never had an exchange with them. You ain't done nothing to them, but they just hate you. They don't even know you. Or they rock with you and then they just change on you. And it's all of a sudden out of nowhere, they start hating you. How many of y'all been through that? By show of ones. What if I told y'all, right? I see the ones. What if I told you that it gets easier and that eventually, as you age, and I'm not talking about just in number, but I'm talking about age and wisdom and age and growth, you stop caring, bro. Like you don't care no more. It's really riveting. It's a superpower. When you just like, I don't care. It's really a powerful thing the Most High does to do what? Protect our hearts. Because a lot of God's chosen people we love, man. We love strong. And when we look out for people, we are very loyal. Loyalty is everything for us. And I believe Most High does that to us. He changes us. So what? He can protect our hearts, right? And make sure that we move more careful. Let's see, Romans 12:1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. That's your reasonable service. You got to give yourself unto the Most High. You got to repent. You got to change. Don't let nobody hold you to a standard that you once were. And a clear indicator that you have changed or changing is that you've removed yourself. Remove yourself is to improve yourself. Once you remove yourself and you start going through this spiritual metamorphosis you go through, you're giving your body to a sacrifice to the Most High. You become a new person. You're not the same. You're not the same individual. You change. Let me see. John 15:25. But this cometh to pass, that the word might be fulfilled, that is written in their law. They hated me without a cause. That's what happened. They hate you without a cause. They start really feeling some type of way. And it's because you're changing. And they'll be watching you with the red eye. And they be like, I can't believe this person is changing. They feel like you're abandoning them. That's what they feel like. They feel like you're abandoning them. Let me see here. Isaiah 54:17. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servant of the Lord. That's true. And that's what the Most High going to do. And you have to be confident in that. As long as you know your personal relationship with the Creator, don't worry about what nobody else think. The only thing you brothers and sisters should ever be concerned with is, what is your relationship with the Creator? How does he feel about you? How is things between you and him? Are you living according to his plan? Have you repented? Have you changed? Have you, put away the errors that you were making? Are you striving to be a better person? That's what you want to know. How does the Lord feel about you? People gonna feel how they want to feel. First of all, and I'm gonna definitely speak to the religious community when I say this. There's a few things, but number one, the religious community, they stand more to gain with you brothers and sisters living foul or being unrepentant. They stand more to gain because guess what? In these churches, congregations, camps, they need somebody to condemn. They need a scapegoat. They need somebody that they can talk about. They don't want to see nobody repent and live to their fullest potential. No, ladies and gentlemen. They need somebody to be their bad guy. And look, I'm going to tell y'all, be okay with being the bad guy in somebody's story. Listen, a lot of y'all, if I were to interview 10 people about each and every one of y'all right now, I'm going to get 10 different stories. I'm going to at least get 5 different stories about who you are. Some of it may be true. Some of it may be lies. But guess what? You're going to be the bad guy in somebody's story. In somebody's story, they were perfect. They were upstanding and righteous, and you were the bad guy. It's okay. Live with that. Because guess what? The Most High judge all things. Man, I'm telling y'all, man, to smile and laugh while we doing this is contagious, because I see a lot of the smiling emoji. That's what I want to do. I want to brighten y'all's day up, man, with positivity. Because it's okay not to fit in with these people. It's okay not to be want to be accepted. Listen, it's okay to stand on your own, even if it's you versus everybody. Even if it's you versus everybody, it's okay. At some point, you're going to learn to embrace that. At some point, you're going to learn to like that, actually, because it's like, okay, you understand how important you are. And that's what you want. You want to remain effective in your walk. You want to remain effective in your walk. Somebody says, you got to play a role in this life, I guess. Yeah, somebody going to feel some type of way about you brothers and sisters. It's bound to happen. But what is your relationship with the Creator? Listen, let the Most High be true and every man a liar. Let the Most High be true and every man a liar. Because listen, the Most High knows y'all's true intentions. He know what y'all about. Let me see. Let me see. Psalms 103:8. Jah is merciful and compassionate, slow to anger and abundant in loyal love. He will not always find fault, nor will he stay resentful forever. That's a fact. And that's what you got going on in this world. A lot of people want to find fault. I think the scripture reads something like this: people looking for a mote in thy eye while they got a whole branch in their eye. That's what it is. Can't nobody hold us accountable like the Almighty. Listen, let me tell y'all something like this. There's nothing I can do to a person that even compares to what the Creator can do to a person. There's nothing I can do. So I've learned to put things in his hands. Now, of course, let me add some context to that. Sometimes things are required for you to do so the Most High can do his work. I'm not telling y'all to just let people do what they want to do to you. Some things are required, and then the Most High can do his work, right? But the point I'm making is, man, stop trying to fit in with these people, man. You're on your self-improvement journey. You're not drinking and smoking with these folks. You're not hanging out on certain corners. Why? You done got yourself a gig. You're trying to start a family up. You're trying to change your life. It ain't too late to change your life. It's not too late. And it's not a race either. Some people develop in certain ways in certain times. Don't let them people guilt trip you and love bomb you and gaslight you because you decided to change. It ain't over for none of y'all. It ain't over for none of us. We got another day to breathe. We got another day to change our ways. I don't care what your circumstances look like. Doesn't matter what it look like. It don't matter where you came from. What matters is that you taking the right steps now, brothers and sisters. That's what matters. Somebody says we can all win the game. When are we going to be? I can't read that, man. You got to proofread that. Come on, let's keep it flowing. Somebody says he has not dealt with us according to our sons, nor has he repaid us because of our ancestors. Yeah, man. I mean, look, we can break generational curses. We don't have to be, stagnant. We don't have to be stuck in the past. We don't have to do that. Some people can't live in the present or the future. Look, stop trying to fit in with these people. Some of y'all getting talked about like y'all straight up dogs at your workplace. Man, my allergies are getting me, bro. Y'all probably like, man, why you keep playing with your nose? It's like itching. But anyway, sheesh. Anyway. As I was saying, let me see. Let me go to Corinthians here. 2 Corinthians 6:2. Now is the time of God's favor. Now is the day of salvation. Urging believers to not delay in responding to the Most High's call. Absolutely. I mean, telling you. And see, a lot of the religious community, I want to go back to that. They needed a scapegoat. They need somebody that they can beat down on, and they need a devil in their life, right? They need the demon in their life, the devil in their lives, right? Anything except self-reflection. Anything but accountability. Anything but look at the things that they have said and done. No, we need an scapegoat. And see, that's what, in a sense, I believe that's what Donald Trump gets used for. Donald Trump gets used to be an scapegoat. Now, I don't like Donald Trump. I don't like no politicians. If they mouth moving, they lying. But Donald Trump is not the know-all be-all. Donald Trump is just a vessel that's being used. But everybody got something to say about Trump. But if we the people, watch what I'm about to say. If we the people came together and was on point. Guess what? One man couldn't do anything. One man couldn't do nothing. What could Donald Trump do if the children of the Most High was united with their Savior? What could Donald Trump do if the people of the Most High was living on code, keeping the laws, building their own communities, making sure they got their own nation? He'll be able to do nothing. That's what he'll be able to do. So what is the meaning of that? People got to focus on their own lives, on their own work, on their own salvation. Let me see. Psalms 5:12. For you will be blessed, anyone righteous in the Most High. Look, let me tell y'all, man. There's no need to fit in with individuals who don't even know themselves. Remain trendsetters. The Most High's chosen people are the trendsetters. Yes, that's right. We the ones who make things what they are. And lions don't concern themselves with the opinions of sheep. They're sheep. And ladies and gentlemen, it's about time that we stop casting our pearls before swine. There's people talking about y'all behind y'all back while y'all at the workplace in your community because they really just want to be in your presence. They really just want to be, they just really want to be cool with you at the end of the day. I'm going to go as far as to say they're fascinated. They're actually fascinated with you, brothers and sisters. And why is that? Because you walk in that narrow path, because your resilience, your strength, a lot of things that y'all survived, they were unable to survive. They want to be where you're at in life. This is what this covetous spirit does to these people. They want to be who y'all are, but don't understand what it took for y'all to have that relationship with the Creator, to be who you are. They don't understand what you've been through to be who you are. And it's a sad, sad thing. But look, y'all ain't trying to fit in. How many of y'all by show of ones like, man, y'all don't care nothing about fitting in? By show of ones, y'all don't care. People can think what they want to think. You don't care about being invited. Half of the time, y'all probably in the house by yourselves or with people who love you. How many of y'all really don't even want to be in public like that no more? Show of ones. How many of y'all just don't care? You just don't care. You don't want to be in public like that. You don't want to fit in. You don't care what people think. You're going to wear what you want to wear. You're going to speak how you want to speak. You just don't care. You're going to be yourself. Now, you ain't out here messing with nobody else. You're in your own lane doing your thing. But you really don't care about what people got going on. I see a lot of ones, a tremendous amount of ones. Look, that's why we connect the way we connect. Somebody said, you called me out, homeboy. I'm telling you, that's how it feels these days. It's like, I mean, speaking personally, I just don't care, bro. I don't care what people say about me, bro. I don't care what they think. I don't care. Especially on social media. Because people gonna believe what they want to believe. Who cares? Who cares? All I know is none of these people are my provider. The Most High is. That's the philosophy that you must adopt. The Most High, your best friend. The philosophy you must adopt is, why worry about people who not paying your bills, who not taking care of your children? You know what I'm saying? Meaning they're not putting money in your pocket to take care of your children. They don't even support y'all. Them people at your workplace who talking and muttering and, poking at you, they don't listen. Them people in your community, them people on social media, them people who gossiping in your neighborhood, listen, they don't pay y'all's bills, bro. You could listen. Y'all listen, I don't know who this message is for. I really don't. Sometimes I just be going live And Lord, the Most High, like, yo, this is the message. Stop caring about what people think. Stop trying to fit in with people. People gonna think what they want to think. Most High is who you care about. You know what I'm saying? Somebody says, let me see. Always coming with a brunch flattery. Wow. Yeah, some of these people try to flatter you to be a part of their circles. Man, y'all don't want no parts. Man, let's get the likes up, though. Let's get the likes matching the views. Let me see. Let's move around. Let's get some motion. It's a beautiful sunset out here. Beautiful sunset. Let's get them likes matching the views. Man, it's been so much going on in the media, too, that I want to talk about in a very near future. There's been some things going on, but we'll get there. We will get there. Somebody said, Nubreed, I be in my own house eating snacks. Right. Yeah, listen, the Most High's people, we pretty much just try to stay out the way. We don't want to be caught up in the he say, she say. We don't want to be caught up in who wearing this, who driving that, who got this money, who got that money. We're not worried about nobody else's pockets. Look, we're not out here. We're not worried about who's dealing with who and look, we don't listen, bro. We just don't want to fit in. We just rare people. I don't know about y'all, but I'd rather be out in nature somewhere with my feet in the grass, eating watermelon with honey and lemon on it. Matter of fact, that's what I like to do in my spare time. Sit in the grass, eat watermelon with some honey and lemon on that and get alkalized for a second. Go work out. Go get some cardio in and mind my business. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it gotta be. I don't want to fit in with people. If listen, brothers and sisters, if people don't like you, they don't like you. We didn't sign up for people to like us. Every job I ever worked, I was management. Most people did not like me as a manager. But guess what? We had the best shift. Every job I worked, I was management. Had the best shift. But people did not like me. I didn't care. Still don't care. Because when you leading, you don't have time to follow. When you leading, you don't have time to follow or care about who feels some type of way about you or not. But anyway, I definitely wanted to come through with this very potent message. You know what I'm saying? Look, brothers and sisters, not only do they hate you, they will despise you. I mean, absolutely despise you. Just because you don't want to fit in. But keep on being set apart. Keep those people so far away from you that they don't have, that you unreachable, you unobtainable. You understand? And I want you to also keep in mind that the Most High is going to make sure that y'all continue on the right path as long as you honoring his word. Long as you're not letting those people in, those toxic individuals in. Anyway, more material coming. Y'all be blessed. Shalom and peace.